Welcome to another fun-filled episode of Black Opinions Matter, motherfucker. I am your host, Amin Al-Hassan. I'm joined, as always, by Jason Madison, John Gervais, Juju, James Gotti, and Trayvon Edwards. We got a great show for you guys today. The Diddy video, the Apology video, all the Diddy videos are out, and we're going to talk about all of that. Plus, Jason might be too deep into 2024. Like, we're going to have a heart-to-heart with Jason about this. And we're also going to get deep into that Black Twitter documentary that's on Hulu, break it all down, the things that we like, the things that disappointed us a bit. But first, patreon.com/countthedings. That's where you go to get all the extra content. You get the live watch-alongs. You get the Sin of Hope special edition episodes. You get the full version of this podcast all at once. The Discord, so access to early sales and merch and all that stuff. Man, the list keeps going. Patreon.com/countthedings. Make sure you're locked in. All right, let's start the show. And we're going to start with a very special guest. This is a guy, he was mentioned in the Twitter documentary, but they didn't talk to him. They didn't ask him. They go behind the scenes. We've got the one and only Snotty Drippin'. He was the guy in the Me In Temecula story. We got the whole backstory. We're going to explain it in a way that the documentary did not, right here on Bomm Next.
As y'all know, we got a documentary out on Hulu called the Twitter Doc, and they're discussing Black Twitter. And you know, I kicked this thing off early on because I just
Trey. I just want to correct it. It's called Black Twitter: A People's History.
I ain't saying that shit.
Hollywood.
I ain't saying that shit. Look, that nigga want me to say the full. Listen, if you type the letters TW, that motherfucker gonna pop up on your Hulu. Niggas ain't typing all that out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's what I did.
Oh God, just you type all the rest of the other shit in, bro. That's too much, bro. You know the search rules. You type the key letter, and when you get. Once that shit is visible to whatever you was trying to reach, that's all you need to type. You ain't got to type nothing else. So, Yes, what Jason said, if you want to be that guy. So I'm watching it, and, you know, originally, I don't know why I came in thinking, yo, it's going to be having some of my niggas on there, real niggas, the cancel moments. It's niggas I ain't never followed in my life. They ain't never came on my timeline. But I also know why. Like, just look at, and I was like, look, only person I knew on that joint was Naima, DJ. Who else? Who y'all know? Who you knew?
Josiah.
I was getting there.
He did cut your ass off after you said Naima. No, that ain't all.
Hey, I was like, damn.
Jamel was in it.
Jamel. Yeah. But I don't follow Jamel. Shout out to Jamel, but I don't
follow. You don't follow Jamel?
Oh, man. What's this?
That's a homie, man. Come on now. You can't do that.
Shout out to her. No, I don't. I never.
Why you don't follow her? You never followed her?
No, I never did. She was on the show and everything. No.
Never following her is funny because I would have thought you would have maybe unfollowed her because based on some takes.
But I also don't just follow motherfuckers because they've been on the show. I don't follow motherfuckers either just because they're like, you know what I mean? Like, because that's a lot to take in when you give out a casual follow. Right? Yeah. Because you could stop
How many people are you following, Trey?
Yo,
like 1,000, bro.
So bougie.
I feel you.
That shit get in your spirit, bro. That shit get in your spirit.
It's not that, but like when you follow somebody, you inherit their thoughts,
right?
The things that they like, and like it makes you look at them.
You inherit their thoughts?
Pretty much. I mean, you know, if the tweets.
I'm sorry. I wasn't paying attention. My bad. Okay. I thought you said something else.
But like, if you're looking at,
let me catch up with y'all, nigga. Man, I gotta get high.
Look, niggas is smoking that pack right now, Jew. Look, but like you start to see people for who they are, right? And like you either gonna fuck with it or you're gonna be all the way off. Right. And I've seen enough on my timeline for me to like know if I want to commit to this or I don't. Because if I unfollow, it's a bigger issue.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like
right.
if you already on and you like, nah, I can't fuck with this nigga. This nigga corny. Or he too horny, or it's just something. Like it is a lot
horny?
going
Too
on.
horny is
It's a lot-
hilarious.
It's a lot going on. Look, hey, you know what it is, bro. Cause you'll be like, bro, I'm just trying to scroll my shit. I'm just trying to, and that's again to each your own. That's the beauty of this shit. That doesn't mean I don't like you as a person, but it has got to that point now, social media, where a nigga unfollow you, it's up.
It's
You know what I'm saying?
bruh.
Like it's
Exactly.
smoke, and it's like, damn, is it like that? So it's either a safer option to mute some people. But like, as I look at this doc, it doesn't make me want to follow the niggas even more. I'm just like,
No, this is what I would say. This is what I would say. They had some of the people, like for instance, they had the girl from the meme where she's squinting and like
That was a
like,
good
I
one.
thought,
was good.
I thought that
That
was
was
cool,
dope.
man. Like
Yeah.
I thought it was gonna be more shit like that where they take us behind the scenes of like
Right.
of what
some
happened.
of that shit of what
Right.
and like what was actually happening when that happened because we don't know the story, just know that shit happened. I also knew there was going to be the professors who have studied this shit to explain it. And I thought they did a good job of that because it's not just like, remember when that shit happened? That shit was cool. So I thought it was good. I just thought it would be more of the people behind some of the seminal moments, like our guest, the one and only Snotty Drippin', who, if you don't know, was at the center of the Meet Me in Temecula incident that happened on Christmas Day. And I will tell y'all, I remember it like Trey said before we started recording, it's been 10 years and it blew my mind. Because I remember I did Sports Center that day and I made a Temecula reference. And I remember Twitter went crazy. Like, oh shit, how did he know? And I'm like, nigga, I'm on Twitter. Like, of
Nigga,
course
I'm a nigga. I'm a nigga in the mix.
I follow this shit too. Like, you know what I'm saying? So
But see, I mean, that's the thing. They think you not like us.
no, yeah,
And that's
Yeah,
the
it be
thing.
like that.
Mm.
It be like that though. It be like for regular niggas, it be refreshing to see that. Like, cool, y'all be cool, bro. Like when I first met him, I couldn't believe he was that cool either, bro. I'm like, damn, I thought you was a Poindexter, bro. Like you cool as fuck. Like he know the niggas I know. He know like he know more niggas than I know. Like for real, bro. I can't salute you no certain type of way you gonna take it as disrespect, bro. I really it's a pleasant surprise and like getting to know you, bro. Like without you, bro, I wouldn't be knowing half of the shit I be knowing, bro. So shit, you outside for real. It's refreshing to know. You did.
I think it's two Americas too of me, right? ESPN was your like conservative, liberal, whatever. You get on Bomm and you become the everyday of me, right?
Like,
and niggas be so dumbfounded and like it's like the first time niggas heard Kobe cuss, and niggas like he cusses too, or Bron, and you know like yeah, nigga, like that nigga say nigga too, bro. He just can't say it on the stage.
So let's get Snotty on here because I want you. They didn't really go into detail. They mentioned it. They kind of said, oh, there was a guy and we were gonna fight about Kobe on Christmas, but they didn't go into the detail, and they didn't mention the most important detail.
Let us know how that shit really happened.
The most important detail is that nigga wasn't even in fucking California when that shit happened.
Damn.
Yeah, man, that's the funny thing about it. Like, obviously, in the time, it's been a decade, bro. But yeah, I thought it was just me and somebody else going back and forth. You know, the people I follow, they watched it, and I think I even told Ice Cube's kid. Yeah, I think it was Ron Artest's brother was like, "Hey, who you about to go fight?" And that's when it realized like nobody. I was in Arizona at my mom's house for Christmas, and yeah, it just started. You know, we watching the games, and this was when Kobe on his last legs, literally. You know, the tail end of his career. Rest in peace. And dude was calling him a superstar, blah blah blah. It came on my timeline, and I kind of laughed at it. And the dude was like, "Well, why are you laughing?" And I'm like, "Well, you know, it's a stupid thing to say." And it escalated because stupid, and you know, I think he started calling all kind of you know, f bombs and you know you gay, you know, he just went all the way off with it, and I was just like, well, you're an idiot, you know, and then I think I called him a loser, and that's what got me a loser. I bet I won't lose a fight. And you know, bro, I'm in Arizona. My mom, she got roast pork. You know, we're having a big Christmas lunch, and you know, I think my sister was there, and like I'm trying to watch the games, and I'm just going back and forth. And then he's like, I see you in San Diego. How about you pull up then? Let's see if I lose this fight. And he's like, I'm in so and so. I think it's Inland Empire. I'll meet you halfway between them. How about Temecula? And I said, bet, let's go. I wasn't going anywhere because I was already 2.5. Even if I was in San Diego, I'm not driving 35 minutes to Temecula. right? I'm not driving there for a date versus not even a fight. So, yeah, dude was like that. And then somebody, Ronald Ted's brother, like, who you about to fight? I said, oh, bro, I'm in my mom's crib in Arizona. So I put on the timeline. And then I'm getting he's like, bet I'm happy. He's showing street signs. He's on the highway and he gets to Temecula. He's like, boom, I'm at the Gold's Gym. Where you at? And I'm like, I'm in Arizona, bro. And I started like, you really drove out your house on Christmas Day. You thought I was gonna leave my house to fight you in LMAO. And that's when it really blew up, right? Because I was all kind of bitches and hoes. People call me punk, chickened out. I'm like, I was never gonna go fight. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
Right.
and so that was me. It was just shit talking. And then next thing I know, I couldn't even open my phone because it was freezing up. I was just getting mentions. And I saw it on Sports Center. I saw my boy Mean talk about it. And it just, I think your boy, what's the dude, the Heat dude? He's on ESPN.
Sedano.
No, not Sedano's my homie. He got his own podcast
Ira?
now.
I mean,
Not
is
Ira.
Ira?
No, the dude. Now he's almost out of the Heat zone, and he's actually he had Poppy on his show. What's his name?
Oh, Levitar.
Levitar.
Levitar called me a punk, man. That's when I kind of knew.
Ah,
Levitar called me a
man.
punk on his show talking about it, man. He was like, "Yeah, you don't do that. You show." I'm like, "Damn, all right."
Oh, that hey, he's
This
talking
is perfect. You don't know how perfect this is. Tell me more.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, yeah. I mean, I was just watching things, and Steve Nash did the Temecula thing. Homeboy he put his middle finger up, in front of the Temecula sign, and that went, then boom. Yeah.
I forgot about that.
Yeah. Hey, he even made a diss record.
Yeah, I was about to say.
No, I didn't know that. I didn't know that part. That
Yeah,
part I didn't know.
I remember the song because I was like, yo, if this was 2024, they would have had you get in the booth, Snotty. You would have had free. They probably would have, Metro probably would have gave you a beat. Like, shit would have been crazy, bro, to like escalate this a little bit more.
Well, I'm glad it's not 2024 because even back when I wanted to be a rapper, I knew I wasn't that good, and I never listened to this song. Right? I had everybody send me the link. Obviously, I saw this. I saw they were doing the Fade in the Shade and Meet Temecula signs, Meek with the graphics. But
Fade in the Shade is crazy.
Yeah, it was a wild time. But I probably got
shaded. Wow.
I got like 10,000 followers from it, and that's why I talked to a lot of, you know what I'm saying? Like that's probably where I got on a lot of people's radar. I got to meet my boy Black Trey at the Toronto game in the finals.
NBA Twitter flew us out.
That's what got me flown out probably because people knew who I was. You know what I mean? So that was kind of cool.
You got flew out, bro. Black Jesus flew you out.
hey, I almost blocked him. I got the DM. I was like, nah, this is some scam. And then I looked him up, and people were like, no, that's real. So he's like, yeah, man, that was dope, dog. So yeah.
Yeah, no, that was actually a cool time.
It was, man. I got to meet my man. I got to meet all a lot of people out there, man. I got pictures with my man Amin. Got to dap up Amin and all that. I got to, so that was really dope, man. But yeah, it all started with Temecula.
Does like these days or since then has Buddy ever popped up in your mentions like I'm still like on your ass, like you know what I mean, or like has he just died away?
Nah, he was like real AF, and then it became like he got suspended. So if you watch his timeline, he was a real dickhead, right? He was
okay,
yeah, really, and really homophobic, bitches saying crazy shit, and
that ain't gonna fly too long, especially after like that's 2014. Yeah, it was taking that turn.
Me Too is like a couple years later after that.
Yeah, it was taking that turn.
He got really big off that, right? People there's a lot of people who think like him on Twitter, and I think I really set it off because I saw a picture of it, and this is fucked up. I saw a picture of his family, and I said something about his wife and John Candy, and that's what really kind of revved it up.
Shit.
Was this before or after he said "Meet Me in Temecula"?
I think it was like while it was happening. I saw, I was like, damn, if my wife like John Candy, I leave on Christmas too. It's fucked up. You don't bring families into it, man. This was peak fucking Black Twitter.
Twitter, so, yeah, that was Twitter, man.
Yeah. So, and he was at his daughter's graduation in like slides and a wife beater. So I know he was,
sicko, real sicko.
Jerv, relax, Jerv. Breathe, nigga. That nigga Jerv about to pass out.
all I could think of was Plane, Trains, Automobile when I saw, John Candy.
Bruh, come on, man.
With the shower rings. Selling shower rings.
I wanted to be clear. I am not laughing at this man, Joe. He's a terrible human being for saying that about that man's wife. How dare you, brother?
Dude, that nigga got said, meet me in Macon.
No, you know what? So, hey, all respect to his family. That was out of bounds. That was out of pocket. But that's what I think really kind of spun him up, even got it worse.
You know what? I won't lie. It makes more sense now that you've said that. Because I was like, this thing about to fight someone over Kobe. Like, come on, man.
He was already on the highway. He was already on the highway when that was happening.
Okay.
Yeah,
no, never mind. Then he was a sicko.
Yeah,
bro, it was just delivery. Like, he just tried to downplay. I don't know. I might have said something about his wife and John Candy. I don't know what happened.
Listen, we've all seen Tommy Boy. You know what I mean? We know what the law is. Okay, that's enough.
Come on. I'm looking at the part in the doc, and this is called "Meet Me in Temecula," quote unquote snotty diss.
Nah. Do we need to play that shit, bro?
Hold on.
Snotty, this is the first time you'll be hearing your diss record.
So I've heard the opening line. Like I've heard it. I never said I listened to it. I'm not going. Right. I don't know. I didn't like his delivery, and he wasn't much of a rapper. But I heard he got me. I don't know.
Damn, we gotta be the judge, bro. We gotta put this shit out to a poll too, bro.
This is what I wish we were like the Jerry Springer show, because what's funny you should say that, Snotty, because here's the dude. Live, and
he just pops in this.
What up, Snotty? Oh Lord.
Oh my God,
bro, got a DMX.
Fuck the internet.
I done finally come to get the job done. Ain't another nigga that can double for me. He must have been a lame like his daddy. Now he know I ain't playing and he know what trouble from it. Just me. You don't see I was really in the street. I'm the nigga that these haters need to see. All it takes is 30 minutes in your cheeks. Just me.
I like the Photoshop.
I ain't worried how I fit it, I'm just spitting how I'm living. These tweeters giving you fiction, they a constant contradiction. What you need to do is listen. This Coleco vision, old school game like I played against the Pistons. I was playing my position, I was playing, I ain't pipping. I was shooting for the mentions, he was trolling for attention. I was rolling on the mission, we was knowing he was sipping. Big pippin' for his millions, but he really Diggy Simmons. That's the reason this was written.
Called you Diggy.
You can blame pride for his pitiful condition. It was critical, he didn't have a pot to piss in. That's why he went missing when I was here. Like, listen, that line might miss him. Please don't forgive them. They don't know what they missing.
Hey, man, he sound like Pop, a little Pop, bro.
Didn't know we had a vision.
Don't disrespect Pop, nigga.
And now we coming for commission. This ain't a mixtape. I'm just raping, study tripping. I done finally come to get the job.
He put the echo on you, bro.
Y'all don't hype this shit up. Don't stop playing. Don't hype it up.
All right, Jerry, you cut it.
Oh no, bro. I might be bought in, bro.
Just meet me.
Hey, you hit it, bro. Pull up on them and reach out, bro.
So you team real AF, huh? All right.
Nah, bro. I'm on team Snotty Dripping, 100%. I just ain't need to respond, bro. We gotta put something out.
I forgot about that. Like, you're right, with the wife being his hands like this.
That
was his profile. I found the tweets, by the way, from Snotty. I put them in the chat, Jeremy. You want to throw them up? The first one was, your wife looks like John Candy. I'd be up for a Christmas drive too if I were you. The second one, it says, you said his wife looks like John Candy. Well, she does. He posted a pic once he finished exploring SoCal. That's my fault. And then the last one, somebody tweeted you, said, didn't you call his wife John Candy? You said, I said she looked like John Candy. That might be my favorite one.
There's a difference.
She displayed the behavior of someone who looks like John Candy.
That's crazy.
I'm sure she's a lovely woman. I'm sure she's a fantastic person. Right. So I apologize for that.
Yeah.
Right. Peace to what's his name? What's the brother name who did that? What's his name? Real AF?
Real AF.
Wherever you at, peace to you, brother. We don't, you know what I mean? We ain't trying to wait no sleeping dogs, brother. We just recapping history, bro. He was a part.
That nigga's on Truth Social now.
Yeah,
Look,
he
that's a
might be.
meme that
That's
have.
wild.
He got suspended.
You know,
He
has-
came back, and he was back. I think right around 2020, he was still back on another account,
Oh.
and he was back. But I haven't seen anything from him since. So I don't know.
All right, it's cool. It's just jokes, like Juju said, man.
Right.
Remember,
Probably done turned over a new leaf and everything by now.
Yeah,
Salute,
that nigga-
bro.
Hell yeah.
got collared shirts on now. And
So
everything.
Snotty, now are people like still bringing it up? 10 years later, is people like, is it fully like out, or is it like a thing? Like, is it?
It's a thing, bro. It's a thing. I think we all know there's certain touchstones in on Black Twitter, right? Certain things like the nigga Navy. There's certain things, and that's one of those touchstones. Anytime there's a fight on the timeline, somebody will at me and say, another Temecula. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And Meet Me Temecula now is just it's shorthand for like, what's up? Let's fight. You know what I mean? People use it jokingly. People use it. I see it all the time, man. So like the fact that they said on Sports Center, the fact that Steve Nash dropped a Temecula reference, it's never going to go away. So it's kind of cool, man. The lady I'm seeing now, actually, she just found out about it. She was really bad. She like, so what exactly happened? And she couldn't believe it. You know what I mean? She couldn't. She was like, so dude, were you going to go fight? I'm like, I had no point going to fight. She said, so why did he go? And I was like, I don't know what happened. I can't explain it. So
the interesting thing we talked about, we thought the documentary would have more stories. Like they had one story, one kind of origin, or a couple. They had Black Girl Magic origin story, which I didn't know. Oscar So White origin story, which I did know. And they had it was April. I knew that one because like it was a thing, right? But then the one with the woman who's wearing a pink jacket and she's crouching and kind of squinting. And I was like, oh, I didn't know that. And I thought there would be more of that. Like I said, now, Snotty, you have not seen the documentary.
No, sir.
And your reason for that is?
I mean, if you're going to have a documentary about some things that I did, it contains something I did, like at least reach out to me and talk to me.
Right.
And since nobody did that. And also, same thing like you, Trey, it's like, when I saw the commercials for it, I didn't recognize anybody. I'm like, where's D-Fly with Dragonfly Jones? Where's, like there's a lot of people, we all follow, Black Twitter.
Ice.
And like,
Ice.
Ice got me one time on Black Twitter. He did a whole Ask Snotty, and my mentions were killed for 2 days. So Ice was just a lot of people that when I saw the commercial, like I don't know any of these people. So this doesn't represent what I know with Black Twitter.
I thought definitely
they should have did a
Ice could've been
special
on there.
thanks list at least.
Well, I mean, like I'll be honest with you, Trey. Like, it's not about getting shouted out or not getting shouted out. It's about some of these things they're talking about are like, yo, these were like Fab with the trending. I know it's fun to shit on Fab nowadays, but
no, he made trending topics cool.
That nigga made that shit. Like, you want to talk about trending topics and hashtags? You're not gonna talk about Fab? You're not gonna have Fab?
Fab actually made The Voice. You remember how you say something like Amin's voice?
Yeah, yep. With the you put it. Yeah.
He
invented that.
He invented that.
Damn.
Where it made you look at it and say, "Oh, Jason's voice, Jerv's voice."
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, that was the first time
they didn't have TCAP in there, which I thought for sure.
I thought that was gonna get there.
I'm gonna tell you why I think the reasons is why Snotty you wasn't reached out to, why they didn't have Fab, why they didn't talk about TCAP, whatever. Because I realized 3 seconds into watching this, I was like, let me watch this. Oh, directed and produced by Prentice Penny. Got it. So this is the showrunner from Insecure and what I would call like Black intellectual Negro Twitter. Like it's a specific thing, and if you notice,
that's why I don't follow them niggas.
Everything they wanted to.
Twitter.
What's up?
They said brunch boot.
Brunch boot Twitter. That's a great way to put it. Yeah, brunch boot Twitter.
And salute the brunch boot Twitter, man.
Ain't nothing wrong with a little brunch.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with Chelsea boots.
There's a lot wrong
with them jokes.
We ain't gotta wear them, but salute our Chelsea boot wearing ass listeners.
So it's a certain perspective. If you notice the way they did it, they wanted 90% of this to be positive and uplifting, and the part where it's not positive, uplifting is shitting on niggas that was like Tory Lanez ain't do nothing wrong. That was it. Like that's hey, this is how we're gonna balance it out. But like if you talk about TCAP, which is like nobody was rooting for the Predators, we was joking and clowning, but like it's kind of a salacious topic to be talking about predators in a joking manner, right? Child predators. Yeah. But that's what it was. And a lot of the shit on Twitter, like when we harken back to like them golden days, was like you could say wild shit and joke about things and all that, and it was just like we just moved on to the next thing. We moved on to the next thing before everything felt like it had so much meaning to it. The great thing about Temecula is that at the end of the day, it's a story of a man who got so mad he drove away from his family on Christmas. It's not about what does this mean about fan culture and no. Don't fucking overthink this shit. A guy on Christmas said to his wife and family
that Kobe's way more important than all of y'all.
He probably didn't explain it. He just said, hold up, Dad'll be right back. And got in his car. And the shit I always think about is like, how did he keep himself hyped up for that whole drive?
I'm sure. You know, like, what do y'all think he was listening to? Like, what was his soundtrack?
Tupac for sure.
I mean, it sounds like he was listening to Drake.
Maybe a little Locks Wildin' Out.
Based off,
probably, you know what's crazy? He probably wrote that bars on the way on.
That's what I'm saying. Based off that
he had in his head. He was doing a diss. He probably was doing the diss album in his head as he drove.
He's like, it's only one song that can get me like that. That goddamn that P truck. Come on.
Oh yeah.
Oh
yep.
My nigga, but what you say? My nigga, what's up? Big mouth, big talk, big game, big. Hey, bro, that shit go crazy every time. That shit get you pushed around me for real.
Should have seen that shit in the club when it dropped. Oh my god!
That one that we ready.
Oh
no limit studio. Hey, is P there? Nah, P ain't here. Oh man, they would play that intro in the club. They would kill them.
And I mean, to your point about who's in a documentary, as I'm like looking at parts of it right now, I guess maybe the politically correct way to say this is that it seems like there's a lack of what they call us cis-het men in the proceedings. There seems to be a strong underrepresentation.
You about to get banned all over the place, bro. You just
banned in the USA.
I mean, you just can't tell the truth. Everybody's always like, you can't tell the truth. You can't tell the truth. You really can't tell the truth because nobody likes to hear the truth. So I'm gonna go back to shutting the fuck up. Y'all
yeah, man. No, but I noticed the same thing. I was like, all right, TJ, and then like everybody else, like every other dude after that. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but
nothing wrong with. There's nothing wrong.
I don't think I heard what you said. I ain't hear what you said, bro. What you said again?
What I said?
I thought I heard what you said, but a mean response on what you said, bro.
There wasn't a lot of I don't know how do I say
niggas.
It?
I mean, it wasn't no. It wasn't
no real niggas. How about that?
Right, like it was like a lot of women. Obviously, there was some gay men. There was some trans people. As far as that I know, man, like it's like Rembert and TJ. But I don't count them because they work there. Anyone who worked there, it's like you're a different bucket. We're talking about the people discussing all the stuff. And again, there's nothing wrong with
Josiah.
It was
Josiah. I feel like Josiah a real nigga.
But like I'm gonna say this: that like Josiah and Naima, the parts they were in was like this weird ass, like, hey, we're having drinks, we're having dinner, and just talking. Yeah. I'm not talking about they didn't sit these people down and ask them, which is crazy because Josiah, like first of all, is there anyone better than Josiah at memes?
No, absolutely not.
He deserved one-on-one motherfuckers.
Absolutely, yeah. He's a one-on-one
because it should have been a backstory of why is he like, how did he even get to his references? What was the build-up of like, hey, I just thought this would be cool to use it this way, right? And then how do I
be tweeting with him and shit? Like,
shout out to the boy Josiah, man. That's my guy.
Right, salute, bit dog.
No, that's
it was one other real nigga. Who the nigga who had the twist? He had a box with a twist on
That's
top.
Jinx.
Yeah,
Jinx.
Jinx.
Yeah.
He seemed like a cool nigga.
Jinx is cool
Jinx
as fuck.
cool.
I like Jinx a lot. Jinx and Van Lathan was like the two.
Van too. Yeah, I forgot Van was in
niggas that
there.
I've seen.
Yeah.
But I'm not like the biggest. Maybe I'm not the biggest Van fan. I don't know if I put him in a real nigga category.
That's
Jason, you do it to yourself.
You got to get Van again.
I'm keeping it funky, niggas. Black opinions, nigga.
I guess now that I think about it, man, maybe we were represented. Maybe we were too. But I thought Josiah should have been someone, and I thought Naima also, because especially when they started getting into verses, they kind of like just went quickly. But the impact of Black Twitter on music, like Naima, to me, all that shit that D Nice was doing, she kind of laid the groundwork with them Sunday sermons when she would talk about, okay, this is, you guys like this song? Okay, this is the story behind this song.
Yeah,
and this
she
artist
was doing storytelling and threads.
Yeah.
She had she was making threads before threads was a thing on there.
Absolutely. To me,
like functionality was growing throughout the app as it was being created. Like, you know what I mean? As it was being used. Because that was the thing I wanted to hit on. It was like, all right, cool, the doc was cool or whatever. But like, as your time on there, I mean, most of us, I think, all joined in 2009 originally.
Yeah.
Late 2008, if
Shaq,
you were. I mean, you were around Shaq, so you probably were old.
Shaq, that's how I started. Yeah,
you get what I'm saying? Because Shaq was the first person where it was like, I remember they did ESPN, and they was like, Shaq's here, he left this comment, and then motherfuckers was like, oh, he's responding to motherfuckers.
Yeah.
And I'll be thinking about, even still, my first were like status updates because we were coming off of Facebook. So we didn't really technically know how. We were just showing at the store
chicken,
about to eat. Yeah, like it was very simplicity, right? And then you started to gain followers, and it wasn't really crazy, but then you were like shamelessly tweeting celebs, hoping that they respond. And sometimes they would, which made it a even better experience because you just didn't have that access. And then there were so many different things that were attached to it. So you had Ustream, you had you know what I'm saying, these other things. That's where like the podcast boom came from Twitter, you know what I'm saying, where motherfuckers was like, all right, well, he's sending me here. And then that's where it started to grow even more, because like I didn't fuck with podcasts until 2015, 2016. Only person I knew that really had one was like Combat Jack, right? And I was listening to that shit, and I remember when I would see a meme on a timeline, and bro worked for fucking the Suns at the time, and me and the meme would miss each other all the time. Anytime I go to a Suns game, this nigga be like, "You was at the game?" He didn't know what I looked like though. He be like, "I just left." Me neither. Yeah. So we just going back and forth, and you know, like I said, I had funny moments on there. You know what I'm saying? I never really got too crazy. I've had some beefs on there publicly, but I never crashed fully to a point where it got me in trouble. But I've like rebranded. What was y'all first Twitter name on there before when you first joined?
Jer215.
I've been Jason Madison.
My shit been Juju Gotti the whole time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna just have one. I was Black Trey.
Trey, I was gonna ask you.
I remember Black Trey. Yeah, that's why I remember Black Trey.
So I was BLK Trey, but like I remember going into the 2002, going through the 2009 draft, and this was like right when Twitter was kicking off sports wise, and Brandon was Bloodline 03, and Brandon was like, follow Black Trey. I had like 2,000 followers immediately. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? Like, and I didn't know about, well, cancel culture didn't fucking exist. Call out culture didn't exist yet. It wasn't a thing. So like I was super problematic early on. Like I was just doing shit, just didn't give a fuck. I remember I got called in the office by Bill Duffy because I was calling out the coaches and calling out players. And I didn't know like this could actually mean something. I didn't think nobody could fucking see it. You know what I'm saying? Like Twitter honeys when this was a thing, tweeting them, like again, I'm only thinking my timeline is visible to me. I'm not knowing people could see, you couldn't see the likes yet, but you could see like, damn, this nigga horny or this nigga doing this, thirsty. You know what I'm saying? Because like Twitter After Dark became a thing. I was on Twitter After Dark. I was on Third Shift Twitter, which was like 3 a.m. Niggas be waking up, and then the next thing, I'm on the West Coast, so East Coast is 6 a.m. But I didn't go to sleep that night, so I'm up all night. Then you just start following motherfuckers. Then the ratio mattered. Oh, you follow too many niggas. You gotta look cool, so you gotta follow less niggas than this niggas to make you look like somebody. You know what I'm saying? And then verification came around, and it kind of changed it and packaged it up, commercialized it a little bit more. But yeah, nah, man, I love the journey of this shit, man. Like we wouldn't have Bomm without fucking Twitter.
For sure. That's how I know all these niggas. Well, other than Jerv. Jerv's the only one I met in real life first. But everybody else, man, I know y'all from social media pretty much. And I don't know.
You introduced me to podcasting because of fucking Twitter.
I was having technical issues right there. I don't know if you told it, but like I knew Trey because I followed Trey and I followed Brandon. And then one day I was looking at Brandon's tweets and I was like, that ain't Brandon, man. That sounds like Trey. And that was the first time it occurred to me that like, yo, niggas have a voice, man. They have a specific way you could tell by someone tweeting.
It's like almost a soul. Yeah.
Well,
in a tweet style, right?
I remember that same shit happened because I was following both of them, and I was like, nobody knows that this nigga Trey is using Brandon's account now, but I was like, he's for sure the person behind this because.
So the backstory. Have I told the backstory of me?
Maybe a long time ago, but like, yeah.
So
you can tell again.
Rap beefs. Meek Mill versus Drake. We were hanging with Drake at the time, and we all in. We OVO basically at this point. You know what I'm saying? We hanging wild with these niggas and all this shit.
Certified lover boy.
Certified. You know what I mean? Wop, fuck them up. So we probably would have got chewed up if this was 2016. But long story short, TMZ, we're out. I think we're leaving like the Ivy or something, Jason.
That's crazy.
And they roll up. And we're like in the truck. And he says, hey, what do you think about the Meek Mill Drake beef? Right? And B's like, man, I'll pay him to stop rapping.
Talking about Meek?
Yeah.
Of course,
and he's like, it's over. It's over, right? And then we just do the designer and just drive off type shit, right? Man, that clip hit Twitter. The worst thing could have possibly happened, bro. Philly turned the fuck up. They're finding clips. They're in the mentions. I'm at work. I'm teaching in Arizona at this time. I'm go back. A couple of days has passed. I went back to Arizona to teach. He says, yo, you want to be famous? I said, no. What are you talking about? He says, man, I'm about to jump off Twitter, but you can have the account. I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm like, he like, yo, it's yours. Like, we swapped it. Tell everybody that I'm not on this and this and that. And I'm like, bro, what? So now I'm tweeting from the account. I've changed his name to my shit. So I got all the followers.
Not at first, nigga. At first, you were just tweeting under his name.
I was trying to switch it.
Yeah. Who y'all talking about? I done got high.
Brandon Jennings and Trey used to be like tight.
Okay, so, cool. I was like, imagine who could they possibly
be
talking?
So I'm tweeting, but as I'm tweeting, I'm watching and I'm losing thousands and thousands and thousands of followers. Like that shit is, you know how like the Dow Jones, bro, where niggas be like the stock crashed. I'm losing it by the. Cause I'm just firing it up.
Tweets.
Bro, I remember watching that shit because he started off with like maybe 258 or 3 something. And then like by the time like it really the transition like got all the way through, you was down to like 138 or some shit.
Yeah,
like you lost a gang of followers.
It was a huge shed. But then it was also like, oh, that nigga fuck with that music. Oh, that nigga cool. Like it gave it gave more personality. But then they tried to say I hacked him. And that I didn't really exist. That Black Trey was never a real person. Because no one never seen me. None of this other shit had happened. So because I was a Black Cafeteria Trey, I would, parody accounts, quote unquote, didn't have a title yet. So it was like I was always a parody. Like I was always him.
You was a Black Cafeteria Trey?
That was the avatar for the account.
Oh,
it was BLK Trey, and then it was a Black Cafeteria Trey. That was the avatar. So
no one never seen what I looked like until 2018.
Yeah, okay.
For 9 years online.
Because I didn't know what this nigga Trey looked like. Like this nigga used to.
I walked up to him.
Yeah, this nigga used to hit me up on Twitter when I was, directing, doing music and shit, and he used to always retweet my shit, hit me up, and I'm like, I don't know who this nigga is, because there was no pictures of him.
Yeah.
And then I follow him before all this shit happened. I knew who Brandon was, obviously, and I was already following Brandon. So then I found out they was homies or whatever, and as I was watching this shit happen, I'm like, I'm understanding everything that Trey's explaining, because I'm like, he's doing this shit, but nobody knows who this nigga is, because I still don't know what he looks like either. Until we met, and then it all made sense.
That nigga.
But the reason why he switched the accounts though, because Meek's sister went in.
Everybody look at Jerv.
Put Jerv, put yourself on the main screen.
Put your shit on the screen, bro. Bro, you high as fuck, bro. God,
that nigga over there getting absorbed.
Wallow.
Yeah. But yeah. Long story short, that was what happened. And
wait, what happened? What happened with Meek's sister? You tell that part. What happened?
She just went in crazy. She was finding images and basically, Jerry, what was y'all word for not ranking on them, but what would y'all say? If y'all was shooting, joking on somebody.
Yeah, I mean, pause. We used to call it busting on niggas because that's what it was. But then, yeah, shit's crazy now. You can't say that shit. All
right. Anywho, but yeah,
now
she just ended up going in, and I just think the mentions was just overwhelming. Because I don't think it was a right thing. He can't really just snap back. You know what I mean? It was a lose-lose in that scenario.
Right.
So he just jumped offline and just didn't have shit. So I remember when he actually wanted to get back on, he tweeted hey, this is my new account. Trey, tweet this out. And then people would go follow it. Because I was the only lifeline to that shit. I remember he got rid of his phone. I was like, nigga, you don't have a phone. So niggas are hitting me trying to reach you. And he's like, tell him email me. You can't do this shit.
Tell
you know what I'm saying?
Is wild.
But it used to be that shit. It used to be like that. So you know what I mean? That's what happened. And I remember I guess we could talk about this. We're coming to New York and we name fucking Count the Dings. Right? We had a meeting at Ben's job, and Ben sits down and he's just like, yo, you can't stop. You got to get back on Twitter. And it means he's right. You know what I mean? This, we're growing, and this is how I made this account. The account I have now, I made it in 2017, and I was like, man, I don't want to be on because I was teaching, and it was getting. This shit was crazy though. We came up with Count the Dings, we wrote all these names, and then we did our live show. We did our first live show, and he was like, yo, you got to be on social media. I didn't want to be on. I quit. I was over it. I was off social media for maybe 2 years.
Me too. So kind of sort of my reintroduction back into social media. My first name was @Libertard Show. So I ain't do shit but just tweet from over there, and the jokes I have.
Can we bossa nova?
Hell yeah, for sure.
James, I trust you on this one. So. And we're back. Snotty, man, thank you again for joining us, brother. Always love. You're a Twitter legend to me. Twitter legend to everybody. Shit, fuck that. You know what I'm saying? Niggas is saying meet me in Temecula till it's over. Till nigga ain't no more Twitter. You feel me? We still saying that shit outside, inside, whatever, nigga, for the fade. So, I appreciate you as always. Thank you for taking time to hang with us.
Hey man, I want to say thank you, and it's dope that, like you said, Twitter brought me. I got to chop it up with the real homies in person. I got to see Bomani Jones used to chop it up with me about basketball. Like you said, my boy Sedano came on my podcast. So I don't pod anymore, really. I got a little pod now. Can I plug it real quick? Y'all mind?
Yes, sir. Hell yeah.
You better plug that shit.
Check my man Jesse and my
Yes, pause. That was kind of crazy.
Hey, yo.
Why am I hyped for men plugging? Go ahead.
Yeah, the Casual Die-Hard pod. We talk basketball. My man Jesse and my homegirl Ace. We try to do it once a week. So catch up with them, too. I'll make sure when this goes out, I tag them in it, too. But hey, man, I really appreciate it. I love what y'all are doing for the culture. Y'all keep it real. I love this shit. So thank you.
Much love, brother.
Thank you, brother.
Yes, sir, man. Yeah, that's funny though. It's funny how the world works, huh?
Trey is responsible for a lot of things. But we won't talk about
it. He calling me the modern day Ray J.
You're the modern day Forrest Gump, like
right, exactly. Like, my nigga's like the Archduke Ferdinand. He just like
I don't even know what that shit is. That shit just sounded smooth.
That's the nigga who started
World War One.
Yeah, the assassination of Archduke Ferdinand. Look that up on Wikipedia, Juju.
Damn.
It's like one of the most famous events in history. It's like that's the shit that jumps everything off.
Yeah. Damn.
So moving on to a completely different topic that has nothing to do with Twitter or anything that we were talking about before. Diddy put out his apology. Wait, where do we start? Oh no, we got to start. We got to start with.
Let's just watch it.
We got to start with.
No, we got to start with. We got to set it up. We got to set it up because a lot has happened in 7 days.
Yes.
So since the last time you listened to us, if you're a Patreon, you got the whole episode all at once. It dropped on Monday. Last time we talked, we had King Combs, Diddy's son, drop a diss record.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know who he's dissing. Society, I don't know, but he dissed the feds too.
He dissed any nigga that said no Diddy. He crashing.
Oh, yeah, that's it. Well, then
he just and 50 Cent. He just, like you said, society. Anybody who said no Diddy, 50 Cent and the feds. He told them that they had the wrong house. That the actual information or whatever they were looking for was in another house they owned next door, actually, and they were
which is.
that.
I'm gonna just say this right now. Jerv, just give me a little bleep when I say this. That nigga's like, come on, man. What are you thinking? What are you thinking? And so I thought it was just like, what do you think? Why would you say that? Then the feds are like, oh no, we got the right house. Boop! Leak the video.
Hey, it wasn't. I mean, it wasn't a TMZ leak either. Nope. That's how you know it was official.
That shit with the CNN.
CNN, nigga. This ain't no TMZ with some stranger sent that shit to Harvey Levin. No, this nigga. This is official
paid.
Channel. Yeah.
Nobody got paid here. Like, they gave that one away for free. And we see the video, and the video is graphic, and it reminded me of Ray Rice. It was in some ways it was worse than Ray Rice.
It's worse
because it's just continuous. Where I mean, Ray Rice was awful, but like this was just the nigga wouldn't stop,
and there was no escalation. Nope. Right? The Ray Rice wasn't like his girl was arguing with him or hit him or something, right?
Yeah,
and you know, other situations, even like, you know, we never saw a video of Chris Brown and Rihanna. Like,
right.
There was some back and forth, right? Not justifying either of those situations in any way whatsoever. But the fact that this involved absolutely no escalation. He was literally Christian Bale in American Psycho. Yeah. Like she's standing at the elevator, basically like praying for her life that this elevator comes, and the door opens before he gets there, and she must have left while the nigga was in the shower, which is like somebody who has to be in the biggest moment of
he wasn't in the shower. He was asleep. That's why he's got socks on. He was asleep, but I was thinking, I guess, realized he's out, grabs a towel for maximum, I guess, flexibility. I don't know why. That nigga didn't wait to put on his clothes or whatever, or at least some drawers or some shit. Comes out with the towel and chases her down. So that video comes out. Now, mind you, this is on the heels of all throughout this, everything that has been said about me is untrue. All these people there, like the truth will come out and show that I'm da da da, and like it's crazy how people switch up and all of this stuff, like denying categorically that he had any kind of wrongdoing in any of this. And then the video comes out, and then today, Sunday, this video drops from him.
Sometimes you got to do that. I was fucked up. I mean, I hit rock bottom, but I make no excuses. My behavior on that video is inexcusable. I take full responsibility for my actions in that video. I'm disgusted. I was disgusted then when I did it. I'm disgusted now. I went and I sought out professional help. I had to go into therapy and go into rehab. Had to ask God for his mercy and grace. I'm so sorry. But I'm committed to be a better man each and every day. I'm not asking for forgiveness. I'm truly sorry.
See, the problem with all of this is the nigga led with, originally, people just out to make a quick buck. If he had left the door open even a little bit, like, yeah, I've like done some things that I'm not proud of, but I also feel like I'm being extorted. You can do this video where like, I'm sorry, that's not who I am, da da da. But nigga, you told us up and down, left and right. Oh my fucking God, these motherfuckers just trying to rob me, basically.
Bro, the problem is, how the hell the hotel sitting on this type of video? What's the protocol for sitting on the video, releasing it years later when the scandal happened? Why this shit didn't come out in 2016? Am I missing something, a part of the story?
Allegedly.
Yeah.
I don't want to allegedly. Hotel, that specific hotel was paid $50,000.
50 grand
to not put it out, right?
To not put it out. And they're currently under new management because they were obviously asked about this after the video release, and they said we're not managed by the same people who we were at the time of this video.
Bruh, hell nah. Lock everybody up till they find the old manager then. And I bet she'll pop up then.
But like
in jail.
Here's the wild part also is like, this shit didn't happen in the middle of the night. Nigga,
right.
you decided to whoop this woman's ass by the elevators at a hotel in the middle of the daytime? Like like that's the shit, like that's how you know. My boy said this. That's how you know this shit wasn't like a fit of anger or like that's the regular, that's the norm. That's the norm, right? That's the actions of someone like, oh yeah, we do this shit all the time.
And it's like, on top of that, bro, you're famous as fuck, right? So you don't even care about anybody getting off the elevator, about anybody coming out of their hotel room to look to see like what's going on out there, because the shit he was doing was violent as fuck. Like, it's gonna make noise. Like, he's kicking her, he's throwing her down, he's dragging her down the hallway. Like, you not worried about none of that shit, dog. Like, and then the main part about the apology, I have a problem with two things. One, he didn't apologize to Cassie. I don't know who the fuck he was saying sorry to. He just said, I'm sorry. Like, what the fuck?
I wonder what the legal, I wonder what the legal thing is, especially with that going on. You know what I mean? Like, maybe he's not allowed. I don't know.
No, that's fair.
Right. But then also, the nigga didn't apologize for lying, right? Like what Amin is saying, like, nigga, you just lied to our face. If you apologizing to the audience or anybody else that's not her, like, nigga, what about the lie? How about apologize for being a lying ass, bitch ass nigga? What about that part?
Right. How about even further? How about just let's stop making all these lying ass bitch ass niggas, man. Like, how about be a better example, bro? Like, what the fuck is you doing? You could be at the top of the world. You can have your own TV show. You could be in the biggest producer in the world, and you still gonna be a motherfucking duck if you a duck. So all the real niggas out there, salute, man, because this shit right here embarrassing. We need to promote and boost up some more real niggas, dog, because this whole rollout, how he done trained his son to come out and put the song out last week. All this shit is dumb niggas with money. You could take a lame out of a nigga, whatever the phrase is. But these niggas is lame as fuck by finally getting money and being on women. Come on, bro. And paying the hotel, whatever the fuck hotel that is, bro. Y'all niggas need to go down. I don't give a fuck whoever took the money or whatever, bro. That need to be cleaned up. Because if it was us,
I'm gonna say, I'm gonna ask this question too. What do you think he thought was gonna happen when he dropped this? Because my thing is like, at this point, nigga, you just gotta go away. You just gotta go away.
I think,
like,
some niggas can't help themselves though, where they feel like they like where they can't just say, all right, I'm not gonna address it. Because you know, some people be like, I'm gonna take the high road. Whatever said, they say it, and I'm gonna just do that. It just got to a point where motherfuckers is finally starting to distance themselves, right? That video was finally the last straw. Niggas probably seen it done in person, but the video was more of a, ain't that your boy? So now everybody's sliding. Like,
you know what that shit was like? That shit was like, y'all ever see Role Models? The beginning of the movie when Elizabeth Banks is a lawyer, she got the client in there and she said, so we're gonna take the plea deal. I was like, plea deal? I'm innocent. And she said, they got you on tape. He's like, that ain't me. That could be anybody. And then on the tape, he says, who would have thought me, James Williams, robbing? like that's exactly what it was. It's like, nigga, like the way you denied it, you act like, especially if you paid off someone, like just, you have to know, motherfucker. Like I gotta, like the fact that she would file a lawsuit or she was like, yo, I'm gonna sue you. And that nigga did not instantly be like, here you go.
But but that lets you know, I mean, like, and this gets into alleged, right? That at that point we could judge or think about the psychology of a person who does something like that, probably has got away with a lot worse shit and a lot of other things over throughout the years that we've kind of speculated about or have never even heard about, that he's like, nigga, I've been getting away with XYZ for 20, 30 years. What the fuck? Them niggas ain't never gonna find out. I already paid so-and-so, I already did X, Y, and Z. Like, can't nobody touch me. And this nigga walks around with that type of arrogance. And I think that also plays into why he made this video, like, because he feels like now he's on the road to redemption. Even the things that he's saying, like, I went to therapy and I went to rehab. Rehab for what, nigga? What does rehab have to do with
you know what the feds did? You know what the feds did when they seen the video? We got him. We got him. Because he just said, bro, we got your ass now, bro. It's over with. We don't need to hear from you no more. Just stay over there, bro, and tell your son, bro. Watch who you can't play with 50 fucking cent like this. I wouldn't be
damn.
Come on, man. Come on,
this
bro.
This nigga 50 having a field day, man.
Come on, bro. Like,
oh no, he about to have a response in like the next 30 minutes with this. He gonna post the apology and he gonna have a paragraph. That nigga is demon.
Let me see what this nigga talking about right now.
Right. But you can't play with these niggas, man. Like these niggas just show you, and for all the daughters out there, the women out there, bro, just let this be an example. Like, try to grow up knowing that these niggas exist. These niggas is out here. They look just like the good ones. So pay attention. Do all your shit your daddies and your mothers tell you to do, because it actually matters, bro. You find yourself in the midst of a predator that done slipped something in your drink 30 minutes ago when you've been drinking it. Shit. You feel me? So just try to always remember that these monsters exist, ladies.
Yeah. So first of all, yes, he posted it, but his caption is just, "This is not gonna work." Who's advising him right now? SMH, bad move. Which I thought he was gonna go in a little harder, but he does have the original Diddy statement here from 2 days ago that he posted 2 days ago, but Diddy said it obviously at the time. This is what he had said: "Enough is enough. For the last couple of weeks, I sat silently and watched people try to assassinate my character, destroy my reputation and my legacy. Sickening allegations have been made against me by individuals looking for a quick payday. Let me be absolutely clear. I did not do any of the awful things being alleged. I will fight for my name, my family, and for the truth. Sean Diddy Combs. That's why, nigga, your apology sucks dick. Because you fucking said people was after your money and talk about absolutely clear. I didn't do any of these things. And you know what, man? That's fine that you lied in that moment. I don't have a problem with a nigga not snitching on himself in the moment. Although I would say just don't say anything.
Right, I was gonna say, I mean, so
it's like social media shit. The shit you don't watch on social media. That had the effect. They said social media at first was to replace real life in your down moments. We never real life stopped. These dumbass niggas posting apologies and shit just for reactions on social media as if this is real life. Like nigga,
Juju.
Yeah, because he's not even gonna see none of these motherfuckers. Ain't nobody about to be out there throwing motherfucking red paint on his ass and booing him and all. Nigga, you ain't even gotta leave your house.
House? That nigga not even in the country.
I was gonna say, look from the video.
Naima debunked it. He's at his Miami place.
Oh, okay, because the video looked like he embodied
like he was
Russell.
With Russell. Yeah.
He should have been there.
Years ago,
Like,
20 years ago, right?
So what do y'all think before we wrap the topic? What do y'all think about all the people who was defending him and, like, you know what I'm saying, in the culture before the video came out? The Fat Joe's, Busta Rhymes, and a bunch of other niggas. Slim Thug. I don't know if y'all seen that Slim Thug video.
No, I ain't seen it. But I'm gonna say real quick. Whenever that happens, I always feel like niggas ain't defending the person. They're defending themselves.
Yes.
They're like, hey man, like, you know, I you know, like they want because if you knew, it's like, well, nigga, ain't that your man? Like the video,
right?
From in the whatever that smoke shop or whatever that's your boy. Ain't that your man? Like that's what they're doing.
Charges. Yeah.
Yep.
I think that's a good way to look at it because I was coming at it from a different way. Like, bruh, this goes to show that, you know what I mean? You got to watch who you vouching for shit because just because you done worked on the movie, like Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis vouching for Buddy on the 70 show who got
mad rape. This nigga's
right,
like a serial rapist.
Right, but looking at it how you say you view it, for them to put out there that their shock is simultaneous as ours is not a bad move. So yeah, you're right, bro. I can see that.
Y'all niggas, all I gotta say is none of y'all niggas better fucking end up, you know,
getting
tapes
canceled.
Like that.
Nah, hell no.
Nah.
Yeah, dog, because I won't even be. I'll be one of them niggas. Nah, not so and so, and then they'll have me looking stupid and be like, yeah, well, what's up? I thought that was your boy. And I'm like,
look, speaking
just
of that,
do a pod with that nigga.
Oh man.
But yes, that's
how I went out.
But it's fucked up for the culture, man, and everybody, all the victims and people that he affected. But you know, also all the shit that we enjoyed, that we grew up. Like we talked about it a little bit before, but it's like it all gets put to bed now. Like now, there's not even a question. It's like in the same way that R. Kelly shit, like maybe even more so. It's like it's once you have something that's that damaging, like.
Right.
You know, I can't even feel it the same way. So I don't. That's my personal thing. Obviously, other people gonna feel different. But like,
I feel like as much as you allow it to live in your head, right?
Yeah.
Because like not to be on some like whataboutisms, but there's people that like overcame whatever it is, and it's not even like truly they put in the work and like we forgave them. It's just people just get exhausted. You know what I mean? Like and try to separate the two. But there's no Diddy song that I just really need that much in my life for me to be like, nigga, no. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've been tapped out for a minute.
It's more so niggas like Craig Mack and G Dep, who I
I mean, when you think about the Bad Boy collection and things of that nature,
right?
But
R.I.P. for sure.
So like, Victory is still cool, right? Because it's like, you know what I mean? I know it's on his album, but like it's big. Right?
Do whatever you want.
I mean, I am. I'm still gonna listen. Like it ain't.
I need the girl part.
Proceeds are gonna end up going to the people, the victims anyway.
And for example, I mean, the reason why I said this is because D Barnes chimed in, right?
And if you don't know who D Barnes is out there,
look it up. Just look it up.
Right.
Listen to Guilty Conscience.
So at the end of the day, this has been over time. Niggas are forgiven. Niggas are forgotten. Niggas is buying product. So I don't think that this is like a finality for most people. I think it's very internet language.
But Trey, wouldn't you say
take it?
wouldn't you say that was not only was it a long time ago, just in timeline wise, but it was also consumed differently. Like we consumed and looked at things differently, but also I think the trump card is the presence of the video. You know,
sure, but like even if you know. You know what I'm saying?
I think there's always been a denial.
It's niggas coaching with that shit. It's niggas doing shit. It just depends on where you stand with that nigga. If you like, I really don't fuck with him, then you really don't fuck with him. Because again, people pick and choose. The same way, there's no difference. I think we just pick and choose what we really feel is bad in our lives, right? You can have somebody commit a fucking murder and be like, free him. You know what I'm saying? You can have somebody that fucking robbed the bank, free, you know, whatever. It just depends on where your connection is and how close it is and how do you want it attached. Once you alleviate that you just don't give a fuck what strangers on this fucking phone cares about, you're kind of free of that. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you care about morality and what people think of you, because that's what it all boils down to. If you have a moral compass and you're just like, ew, you listen to that, bruh? And you're like,
I'm gonna tell you right now.
Yeah, I'm not gonna ew a nigga, but I have a man gotta have a code. I gotta have my own moral compass.
I don't think anyone on this pod should be ewing anyone.
Yeah, I'm not gonna ew nobody.
Please use a different word. Ew.
But I'm
morality.
Go ahead.
Speaking of morality, Jason, how you feel after another week of after the beef, post beef?
This nigga Jason suspended.
I got suspended again. I got suspended
briefly.
Again.
This nigga got
he about to get suspended right now again.
I got suspended again. Dude, don't get me suspended from the pod, man. But I mean, it's been interesting. I mean, we got the whole Ebony Prince saga. We got a lot of other shit that was.
Who the fuck is Ebony Prince?
No, we're not doing this. We're not doing this. I was 1000% ready at the end of the pod to shout you out for saying, "Yo, shout out to you for making it through." We're not doing this. We're not.
I did make it through. This nigga Juju asked me a question.
No, we're talking right now. You're not making it through. So no, we're not doing this.
Damn, bro. The streets wanted to know, bro. That's all. My bad, bro.
But the one last thing I wanted to bring up from the other shit was like, did y'all see Jaguar Wright? Have y'all seen her?
I know who she is. What she
I'm
do?
tapped out.
Oh man, we could I guess address it another week when y'all maybe check it out or maybe never again.
No, I've never. Yeah, just get it out now.
Okay, but she's sang backup for Jay-Z during the Roots Unplugged Jay-Z show.
Yeah.
Okay,
and so now she's like a hip hop conspiracy theorist, and she does these kind of like Vlad TV style interviews where she's basically trying to like, her main target is Puff, but she talks about other people and like, you know, she gets into the because this nigga died, that person died, this person died, you know what I'm saying? Blah, blah, blah. And all that.
She brought up Kim Porter.
Yeah. But it's just interesting, like how the conspiracy theory world has like engulfed hip hop to a certain extent. And every time something happens, anything happens that's out of like just a normal day-to-day thing, like the conspiracy theory world has just this uber explosion. And like this was one of those scenarios where it was like there's a video of it, and I mean you used to get all these far right people who have been attacking Puff and like, you know, taking this all of these different angles and ways, and I thought that was like just an interesting like angle of just pop culture, how shit goes nowadays.
What's for the people in the audience? What's a Uber explosion? Pause.
Nah, you can't say what's an Uber and then pause it. Nigga, either you know what it is and there's a pause, or you don't know what it is.
I'm just saying, does it happen in the backseat of an Uber? Like, what's happening?
Oh, come on. No.
Nah, it's just a big explosion of thoughts and, you know, theories running.
Thoughts got me back in. I'm like, what now? How many would you say I heard an explosion?
Of theories running rampant of people, you know, people have they're mentioning Jay-Z, they're mentioning, Beyonce, they start to mention all these things and everything's connected and all of this and Hollywood and they go back to the get them to the grid, like everything just starts to unravel in these people's minds and it becomes like a thing where I think like for me, that they mentioned LeBron, right? And LeBron unfollowed Diddy and all this and like it gets it, bro. I'm telling you, like this shit is popular.
Bro, you gotta do a like a little short film on 2024. Because you've done nothing but deep dives all 2024, my guy. Like yo, whatever's happening out here, my man's got all the backstory.
My boy chalkboard with some red tape that goes from here to here and here.
Yeah.
And then let them connect the dots, bro. I'm sure it's a big portion.
Lester Freeman. 2024 is your fucking it's your Avon Barksdale and Marlo Stanfield.
For sure.
Bro, y'all remember when Trey said that he would want Morris Chestnut to play him in the movie?
On that note, I'm out.
Yeah, man. Let's wrap it up here. Yeah. Thanks again for our guest Snotty Drippin, who came in and took us behind the scenes of one of the most memorable moments in Black Twitter or just Twitter history. Meet Me in Temecula. Reminder, patreon.com/countthedings. Make sure you're locked in. You're getting all that extra content, getting the pod all together. Like I said, live show information should be coming out soon. You want to be a Patreon because you're going to have access to stuff that everyone else isn't going to have access to, and a lot sooner as well. So for Jay Skills, for Big Jerv, for Juju and Black Trey, I'm Amin, reminding you to stay black, motherfucker.